Today, what we're watching out for again in terms of a move, Asian markets have opened up a bit subdued, and that is what we'll keep an eye out on because the handover from US also has not been good. Asia market, Taiwan index is down more than 1% in today's trading session. Hang Seng is down 0.5%. Shanghai, very muted, slight bit of a positive bias right now, 0.02% uptick for Shanghai. Nikkei flat, it's absolutely flat, slight bit of that negative bias over there. ASX 200, that's also very muted, just 0.03% gains. So most of it either seeing a decline or very muted in terms of trade that we're seeing from the Asian markets. And look at the Nifty, GIFT Nifty, or Nifty implied open that we look at, that's down 30 points. So that is what we'll be keeping an eye out on, given that, we've already seen 5 days of decline coming in for the Nifty. Seems like today also is what we could watch out for. It's going to be a red start. And do not forget the commentary that has come in terms from President Trump as well, those sanctions coming in for branded pharma drugs. So that is what we'll keep an eye out on. Not much of an impact for pharma companies as such because most of it is generic, but that is something that could see some bit of an impact. Overall, globally also, we are seeing some bit of that pressure because of that. And even on the Indian markets, a red start is what we're watching out for. But a lot of commentary, a lot of things that have happened overnight. Now, how does all this impact our Indian markets? Our team of researchers here to set you up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. First up, let me go across to Vivek, who is going to tell us which are the important cues that we are keeping an eye out on in today's trading session. Good morning, Vivek.
Well, good morning. A lot of cues that we need to watch, especially when we enter trade, this Friday, given the fact that number one, we are going with a very weak handover as far as Wall Street is concerned. Even they've had 3 straight sessions of cuts. Oil prices, remember, day first trade jumped almost 2.5%. Yesterday ended largely flat with a negative bias. Dollar index has further strengthened. And when you're looking at the Indian markets, remember, have now fallen for the 5th straight session, and all indications are that today could be another down day. What actually dragged markets yesterday, below the 24,900 mark as far as the Nifty is concerned, IT and auto were the top drags. And remember, TCS is now trading at a fresh 52-week low. Market spread largely in favor of the declines. But going into today, a lot of cues that we need to keep an eye out for. First up will be the entire pharma pack. Like you mentioned, this particular President Trump tweet or post that has come on Truth Social says that the USA is going to impose 100% tariffs on branded as well as patented pharma products unless they have plants and they build locally. But this will act as an overhang as far as the Indian pharma pack is concerned. Asian pharma stocks are reacting quite negatively to this particular post. Along with that, keep an eye out for IT stocks as well. Accenture has fallen post their Q4 results, FY26 constant currency growth guidance in the range of 2 to 5. Along with that, when you're looking at listings as well as the primary market, a lot of action there as well. 2 key listings, GK Energy as well as Sattvic Green Energy. Two IPOs openings today. Page Digitech close to 820 crores is what the company is looking to raise. Trueworld Bioenergy, Jinko has now entered day 2. Day 3 IPOs as far as subscriptions are concerned, Jain Resource Recycling, EPAC Free Fact Tech as well as BMW Ventures. All of these companies currently are still open for subscription. In terms of Asian markets, largely negative, and GIFT Nifty, like you mentioned, is indicating a gap down start for our own markets.
Absolutely, Vivek. Thank you so much for that. As of now, it's 25 points downtick for the Nifty implied open. Let's move on to Gaurav now, who is here to tell us which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Good morning, Gaurav.
Well, good morning. First, let's talk about Waaree Energies because as per Bloomberg, Waaree Energy is under US probe for evading solar tariff duties. So definitely watching out on this stock. Other than that, specifically on the Trump tariff, he has also mentioned about 25% tariff on heavy duties. So companies like Bharat Forge are also going to be in focus today. Apart from that, on the back of the news flow, first let's talk about Exide Industries because company is going to invest 80 crores in its arm in Bengaluru for lithium ion cell plant. Seagull India, now this company has received LOA for an order worth 509 crores from GMADA. So definitely this stock is on our radar today. Supreme Petrochem, this company has commissioned ABS project with capacity of around 70,000 TPA. RITES is also in focus because this company has also received an LOA worth $18 million for supply of locomotives. Lastly, let's also focus on BHEL and REC because DIPAM has now not agreed to the proposal of formation of the joint venture between these 2 companies. Remember, there was a non-binding MOU which was signed by both these companies on 15th of March of 2024 with an intent to work together in areas of development of renewable energy. So definitely watching out on all these stocks in a day-to-day.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Gaurav. But in our final leg, we have Hormuz joining in with us. to tell us what we should watch out for in the world of F&O. Good morning, Hormaz.
Good morning, Vinny. It doesn't look very impressive considering the 5-day losing streak that we have had on the markets. The bigger takeaway is the fact that all the benchmark indices have broken below key important levels. Now, of course, yesterday's trading session was marred by the fact that it was the IT stocks that continued to put pressure on the index, so much so that the index not only broke below the 25,000 mark but also below the 24,900 mark by the time closing happened. And not only that, it has closed below the 20-day moving average as well. The FII selling continues unabated, more selling figures coming in from yesterday's trade as well, adding more shorts, cutting down on the long positions even further. So that's another one to watch out for. The Nifty, as I mentioned, has closed below its 20-day moving average. The Nifty Bank, more importantly, has closed below the mark of 55,000, which was a long pending resistance. It had broken above it and went up to levels of 55,700 as well, and has given up all of those gains and closed below the 55,000 mark. Of course, you keep an eye out on the IT names today as well after the Accenture results, which were not very impressive to begin with. And if you take a look at the index futures as well, there were net sellers, there were long positions that were cut down, and short positions were added in the index futures as well. The options front as well, the 25,000 call option is seen the maximum writing and the premium there as well at around 80 rupees. The 25,100 call has also seen addition, and the 24,900 put has seen an addition. So based on this, the 24,900 to 25,100 range becomes a very important level to watch out for on the upside for the Nifty. And of course, on the downside, the 61.8% retracement, which comes up to around 24,803, that will be an important level to watch out for on the index. For the Nifty, of course, support, as I mentioned, that 61.8% retracement at 24,800, 24,770, that's an important level to watch. For the Nifty Bank, the next support level on the downside comes at around 54,500 now that it has closed below the mark of 55,000, and on the upside, the first resistance comes at around 55,300. Keep an eye out on HFCL, that has come out of the F&O ban today, and Sammaan Capital and RBL Bank continue to remain in the F&O ban. And two other important names to watch out for: TCS, as Vivek highlighted, 52-week low, fresh short positions were seen in this. Kalyan Jewelers also seeing fresh short positions with gold prices trading at record high levels. And of course, the stock to watch out for today is going to be Vodafone Idea ahead of the Supreme Court verdict on the AGR dues.
Absolutely.